back in the spooky ghost room, trying to get a little bit more work done. I only have like an hour and a half, 2 hours I can spend over here tonight. But I brought over one of the Lear ghosts. I actually did not use this one last year. I used the bigger one. This guy's a little bit lighter, so I decided to use the lighter one for this room. And I brought over the mechanism. It's a crossbow, right? No, it's a mechanism for flying crank ghost that I'm going to put right here. Didn't bring the ghost over yet. It's buried in my game room closet. But I'm pretty sure that I can probably just hang it from the bottom of this back piece of wood and then hang a 2x4 on top. I just got to see how long the cables will hang down, but I think that's going to work out almost perfectly like that. And then, give me 1 second. I also brought over this mechanism, which I'm not sure I'm going to use 100% this year. It's a little big, but if I can get it to fit right in this area right over here, in the front left corner near the window, I will end up using it, but it all depends. Like, he's going to be right about here. So then, as long as this mechanism doesn't interfere with him or the ghost that's going to be hanging from that doesn't block him too much, then I'll use it. But there is going to be a ghost up here regardless, but he might just be hung as like a static prop a little bit lower to the ground. I'm going to start working on getting that Lear ghost hung up right now. Alright guys, the first ghost of 2012 is hung. You can see he's even undid all his little cheesecloth danglies and attached his hands, which I'm actually going to take back off just so while I'm moving around in here I don't bump into him and knock him off. But his head will move up and down. It'll probably go about this low, and his arms will go probably down to around here. It's a little lower than I wanted him to be hung up, but only by a couple inches. You can see I secured him to the beams with that like 14 gauge wire, the stuff I've been using a bunch of. It took me about half hour, 45 minutes, and I'm not going to plug him in or anything tonight. I don't have his power box in here yet. That'll be like one of the last things I do. But I probably should make sure that his motor hasn't died or something sitting in the closet. But so there's one prop done. I'm going to go pull out the other ghost because it's kind of hard to tell in the video, but you can see from the window to where his hand is, it's only about maybe 3 feet. So I literally only have 3 feet now to hang that other ghost in, but I'm thinking of hanging him low regardless. So he has to be, below this guy's face level, or at least, so he's not being blocked. But I'll go get that guy now. So this ghost right here is really small, and it'll actually fit pretty well right up here, and it actually won't be really in front of that ghost. It'll be more like off to the left a little bit. If I am able to rig it up to, where the hell did it go? I lost it. Oh, it's right in front of me. If I rig it up to this motor rig thing, if not, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can hang him anywhere at any height I want, but he'll be moving up and down about 2 feet distance. But I think it'll work. I just need to figure out somehow to hang this rig in this like space right here, which might be a little bit of a challenge, but that's what I have to do now. So sometimes you have a change of plans, like in the middle of doing things, and that's what just happened. It was just going to be too crowded with where I wanted that ghost to hang, and after I went outside, like I opened the blinds and stepped outside, I realized there was going to be like this void, almost dead center in the middle of the room, and it was just going to look weird because you're going to be able to walk by the entire window and basically see it from every angle out there. And I realized that there was going to be this empty spot, so after sort of realigning some things, and I brought out this ghost bust. Hold on, I'm trying to juggle. There we go. And I decided that I was going to put him hanging at an angle, sort of looking out the corner of the window like that. And at the right angle, you can't see his shoulders. He looks like he's just sort of like poking his head around the corner. And he'll kind of create a completely different vibe for the room, because everything else will be hanging, straight up and down or moving up and down, and he'll be poking his head around the corner like that, not moving or anything, just hanging there. But he'll take up a little void right in this area when you're looking in the window, and then now that ghost down there will basically be front and center, right about here, about a foot and a half away from the window. And I should be able to rig him going up and down just fine. And I'm about to hang the piece of wood that I need to hang his motor rig. And before I did that, though, I was like, oh, look at all the free screws that are in this scrap piece that I had. So, cheap-ass recycling. So I got this rig up here. It's not attached with anything. That way I can adjust it if I need to for where he's going to go. It ain't gonna fall or anything. I mean, it's held on the front by this piece of wood, and then same thing in the back, so it's secured up there. I don't have the fishing line over here right now to hang him up, so I can't do that. That's back at my house. It's only gonna run for one night on Halloween, so I think fishing line will be okay, rubbing up on like this hook and stuff. If not, then he'll end up on the floor. But it should be alright just for one evening, I'm thinking. So it's now Sunday. All the previous clips you just saw were Saturday. I actually wasn't planning on coming over here tonight. I was kind of feeling a little bit tired, but you know what? You really can't take any days off in October, so I really need to be over here like 5 to 6 nights a week. 7, would be perfect, but so far what I've got done tonight is I hung up this ghost bust, which is just hung up by a couple fishing lines. I don't know if you can really see in the video, but I was just spending the last half hour adjusting the height that I wanted him at, and I will now go step outside and show you what he looks like looking into the room. So you have to use a little bit of imagination right now. Obviously, pitch dark, black lights on, but I wanted to have him like peeking out around the corner like he is. Basically, you're only really going to be able to view him from about right when you get past this tree in this area right here, because all this area in this space is going to have big boxes, and then all the way from back here you won't be able to see him really through the gaps of these trees, maybe just a teensy little bit, but I think he came out pretty cool. It's such a weird angle to have like a head sticking around a corner like that. And then obviously there'll be black curtain behind him, and it'll all just blend in. It looks like a big black void in there once I'm done. One more ghost hung up. When this room is all done, I'm going to have a piece of fishing line hanging from like the top bar going through his fingers, so he can't swing back and forth. It'll just be loose in between his fingers, but it'll be enough just to keep it from moving. It'll be like weighted down to the ground. So I'll go outside and show you what he looks like. See, that's why I have to have that piece of fishing line going through his fingers to keep him facing forward, because he wants to spin in circles. But you can see that basically the right side of the window is now done. The left side will be a flying crank ghost in the back. It'll be my internal blacklight ghost over in this section, and then sort of down in front at about this height will be a wall breaker ghost that obviously won't be coming out of the wall, but I'll have it set up to make it look like he's sort of floating and moving forward. So it's coming along good. It's time to get bloody again. I got a couple more skeletons to do, so I'm going to get to work on them. There's another skeleton all bloodied up, ready to go. That's all I'm going to be able to get done for tonight. I got to get home, but basically every night, hopefully from here on to Halloween, I'll be getting at least something done. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace.